Hey, what's going on, guys? It's OnceInLuv here from the Magic Library. I'm just bringing you a fast recap on everything that happened on the 1-year anniversary Grand Archive TCG. If you're looking to find the timestamps for the official stream, I'll put them all in the pinned comments so you can directly link to the stream so you can listen to different discussions about mechanics or whatever it is about that. But this is going to be a short form video just talking about everything that happened in a really quick detail. So let's get right into it. So on the stream, we had a couple guests here. So we had Mr. Silidar, as everyone knows, Mr. Refurbish himself. And then we also had another guest. So this is Belle. She is the new creative lead here at We of the Shore. So she's doing stuff that's focused on product design, so lore, card naming, flavor text. She actually designed the Recollections. So that was one of her first projects. Other than that, we have a couple other things. So as you can see here, Shinja is just holding up the little animals that come with the Sylvie figure. So the Sylvie figure was officially released as merch day items that was available for purchase. Additionally, the refurbished mat signed by Mr. Silidar, created by our TCG scientist Sitzakras, was also released. Skipping ahead here, Kickstarter. So they went over a brief history of GA, talked about the community, manufacturing, the creation of the index and what it was for, game design, as well as the decisions to change manufacturers and such, plus their Alter Edition. Following that, there was discussions of Dawn of Ashes, so the creation of Supporter Pack 1, what that did, what that money is used for, Path to Silver, the Fractured Crown set redemption, as well as Proxia's Vault. They discussed the size difference between Fractured Crown and MRC and why it had to come out at a certain time. And then the last thing that they discussed here was Revelfest. So Revelfest lore, and then also the concept that Revelfest will be included in every season. Now, that's not a guarantee, that is just something that was mentioned in the stream. On top of that, they did mention they've focused a lot on lore, but it's a lot of quality requirements. So they had a light novel being written for ALC, but they actually scrapped it because they didn't like the quality of it. So moving on from there, there's going to be a soft launch of the Judge program. So judges need approval for now. If you have judged an Ascent level or higher, you'll automatically be approved in the near future here. And then there will be a public quiz or a judge test available on Omnidex for you. Starting with set 5, which is after MRC, Regional Plus will require specific levels to judge events. You'll gain EXP for judging events, locals, etc., store champs, whatever it is. One of the big considerations here is that at locals, you are allowed to judge and play, but you do have to actually be judging, otherwise it's misreporting from the hosts. And at a store championships level or higher, you are unable to judge and play. You would only do one of them. There's also going to be a slight change to the rulebook. They're going to be migrating it to Gitbook, so this will give an easier form of basically searching the rulebook. It'll look a lot cleaner. It's a lot nicer than the PDF, but if you do want a physical copy, you could click the export as PDF in the top right corner there. Through other portions of the stream here, so the first segment, there's going to be Worlds casters playing code names. As you can see, it's Main Deck Dan, Lineage Break Cam, Red Zone Rogue, Clem, Mark from Solar Games, and myself, OnceInLuv. We'll be playing with Shinja and with Belle as our team captains. The next community section here is community artists playing Gartic Phones. Some of these artists are official GA artists. Some of them are just community artists, like 40%, for example. We have Connie, we have Hanchu. We have a bunch of fantastic artists here that honestly made for a fantastic event. This was really enjoyable to watch. This was probably my favorite part of the stream outside of obviously learning the cards in MRC. So make sure you check it out. So lastly, we have our third section here. And our third section was community leaders playing Quiplash. So people like Andy K from the online Yeti Gaming Tournament League. We had Landon Arrow, who does a lot of the social media stuff for RWT Collective in SoCal. Also teaches a lot of the learn to play areas over there. And then we had Ein Refine, one of the fantastic guys over on the East Coast, making a big difference in his scene. So some funny stuff in here. You should check it out. But after this, we'll be moving on to the Recollection boxes. So Mercurial Heart design notes were covered, starting with the concept of Sylvie Slime Sovereign. So this concept was based on a tribal deck. There's a new spirit called Spirit of Slime, which enables all elements of slimes. There are also slime skills and the introduction of food as a concept. So food is now an item in the game. I still don't understand why they didn't call it Key Slime Pie. I thought that would have been really clever, but it is what it is. We also got advanced element slimes. It's very neat that you can kind of see this whole tribal concept, right? Everything's based around slimes and the ability to utilize slimes of all elements. So nextly, we have Tristan Shadow Dancer. So this is the Tristan Recollection box. We got to see things like ominous shadow tokens. We got to see Tristan Shadow Dancer, the actual card itself. We got a new keyword, unblockable, which is can't be intercepted and ignores taunt. And we also saw a new Tristan level 1 and 2, and the level 2 Tristan specifically requiring Tristan lineage. Additionally to this, we saw Assassin Curses. Assassin Curses being something that's unique to Umbra, but very, very thematic overall. So there's also going to be a new keyword involved. It's going to be called Imbue. So Imbue is a little bit strange with the wording. So here it says you may reserve all costs revealed as you activate this card. If at least 2 of them are wind element, this card becomes imbued. Obviously, this is a wind card. The way this works is that you will pay the cost for the imbue as an optional thing immediately. So when you go to reserve 2 for Windmill Engineer, you'll reserve them essentially face up. So it's not an actual reveal from memory or a reveal from hand, which means that they don't trigger for Luxem, for example. So like you can't use this to reveal Luxem cards from your memory because you're reserving them in like a pseudo revealed state. So there are a couple more things with automatons and power cells. So power cells are a new token item, Cleric Power Cell. It is a pay 1 rest sacrifice power cell. Target automaton ally gets +2 until end of turn. So what we thought was going to be the last spoiler here was Tristan Shadow Reaver. Now this is the CUR in the set. Return of the CUR. This is approximately 1 in 385 booster boxes, which means this is a 1 in 64 cases. So if you are able to be lucky enough to get a Tristan Shadow Reaver, congratulations to you. It's a fantastic art. This also includes something unique. So it says Tristan can level into champions of the same base level. When she does, draw 2 cards. This means in this case, currently with what's in the game that we know of, Tristan is able to level into Shadow Dancer and also get a level up trigger. Now specifically, this does not like the number of her level going from 3 to 4 or like 2 to 3 doesn't actually matter. If you level up and you go 3 to 3, because you're allowed to level sideways here, it will trigger something like a Scepter of Lumina in this case, or any level up triggers. But the real spice was the actual last teaser we talked about. So sideboard changes are being adjusted for Mercurial Heart. So we're going to be going from 8 max sideboard to 15 max sideboard. And an adjustment will be made that material deck cards in the sideboard will take up 3 slots. So this means that you can have 0 material and 15 non-material cards. You can have 3 material and 6 non-material, so 6 main deck. So the reason that Syl did this, he said, is because he felt like there needs to be more flexibility, but Regalia itself and material deck cards were a little bit too strong in the sideboard, taking up too many of the slots. So in the second last section here, we have Bell and Shinja showing off the Recollection contents. Obviously no cards and stuff. However, Syl actually did end up letting us see some of the cards inside of the Recollections that weren't already teased. So if you want to see all of the spoilers and stuff, they'll be on Gabbery, which is Rav's website. You can check it out. I'll put a link to it in the description below, as well as in the comments. And then in the final section, Syl answers questions from chat, kind of discussing like the mechanics and stuff. People were curious about a lot of the different things that we saw in the spoilers and stuff. So if you guys are looking for that, again, first pinned comment will be all the links to every timestamp that's relevant in the stream. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick recap, and I really hope you guys enjoyed the anniversary as well.